And we are back.
We're back, bitches.
How's everybody doing tonight? Did the audio turn off? I don't hear it.
I don't hear it.
Dope. Steve's camera's on. Everything should be working as it's supposed to be working.
Steady as she goes.
How's everybody doing tonight? What are we doing tonight? What are we doing tonight?
I don't know. Everybody get medicated.
Wow, that was quick.
Oh, are we not?
I'm not getting medicated.
I mean, I know you're not, but is that a problem? You asked me what we're doing. This is it.
Okay, so she's getting meditated. Same thing. We don't have content for tonight. We're just going to bullshit with you guys.
Oh, I think I'm so funny.
We will be doing Zoom calls for the Patreon after this, but we're just going to bullshit tonight.
Oh, it takes so long to heat up. Oh, why is it a rainbow? Never seen that before. Huh.
Ugh,
Oh, we're on me.
48 people.
Hey, guys.
James Armstrong, what's up, dude?
Very inconspicuous. You guys have no idea what I'm doing. Don't be suspicious.
Tiffany said, you both have bettered my already amazing marriage. I took off my husband's boots last week, and all he had to say was, I love that podcast. That's the only thing that's changed.
Yeah.
That's funny. I showed you guys to the guy I'm talking to. Super happy. He also agrees with a lot of what you guys talk about. Love that. I always have a hard time doing these episodes where we just sit here and BS with people because I feel like we're supposed to be performing or doing something other than sitting here having a chat window.
I can sing All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey.
I would rather you not.
There is an embargo on that till after Thanksgiving, thank you.
I listened to it the other night playing poker when I got quad twos.
Yeah.
I won that hand to that song.
Hello, any rides on e-bikes today? We did not ride the bikes today. We rode them yesterday. However, today, I know that's a lie. We did ride them. Technically, we did ride them. I built the Talarias. They're completely done. Put the vinyls on them. They're completely done with all the parts that we currently have. I've ordered a 72 volt battery and a new controller for my Talaria, and I'm probably going to do the same thing for the Suron. But that's I don't know yet. Ooh, a super chat. Love that. From Kim. I'll start us off. LOL. Chris and Peaches, how do I bring up things my husband overspends? Hold on, I need to move this. I can't do this. My brain.
I see it.
Okay.
I'll start us off. Chris and Peaches, how do I bring up things my husband overspends on when he wants me to be the one who pays the bills? He gets mad when I bring up something that he spends too much on. It's frustrating. Have him manage the bills.
Are you the one that pays the bills as in it's your money? Or you're the one that handles the finances? Mm-hmm. And he's not listening to you handling the finances because that matters.
That does matter.
If you are the person who handles the finances, that word's differently than I'm the one who pays the bills. Mm-hmm. So if you're the one who pays the bills and that you're working and he's not and it's your money, that's a problem in itself. But if you handle the finances and he overspends, you're going to have to put him on an allowance. It's your job to make sure the finances are there if that's what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So you figure out how much you need for the week and then put the rest away and be like, all right, you have $150. That's going to be your lunch, your gas, and all the stuff that you need throughout the week. Good luck, fucker.
Figure it out.
Yep.
Be eating gas station pickles. What's next after e-bikes? Jet skis?
Actually, wow. Surprisingly enough, yes.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Well, when I went and bought those Surons, they had jet skis there. You can buy really nice single-person Sea-Doo jet skis for like $9,000 a piece. So that's on my list of things to do in 2024, even though I probably won't ride them very much because skin cancer from the sun.
Sure.
But Emily Bradford, super chat. Here you go, babe.
Support through the Discord is from Chelsea. Your podcast has helped me focus on getting back into my feminine. Thank you.
Love that.
You're welcome. Another from Kim. No, I handle the finances. And he doesn't listen, then gets mad at me when I tell him that he needs to cut back on things he spends. I don't think he would do the allowance thing.
Well, then, oh man, petty spaghetti's forefront of the mind right now.
What's that?
In this scenario where I was like, hey, we don't have any money right now. I need you to back off the spending so that we can make sure that we have things paid and everything is taken care of. Mm-hmm. And you went and spent some money, I would just go ahead and let the power get shut off.
Oh, yeah.
And I would wait for a couple of days. And when you were like, what the fuck? And be like, I told you not to buy that vanity. We didn't have no money. Now we don't have any power either. Super.
You did this.
Yeah. Yep.
Here's a candle so you can go look at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
From James.
Sorry, before we move on, this really comes down to a conversation.
Yeah.
If you are that stressed out, that's how you need to approach it. Like, you've trusted me to handle the finances. You're not following through with what we've agreed upon. So either you need to take the finances back over and deal with this on your own, or you need to let me handle it because you're stressing me out. You're making my life harder.
Yep.
I'm sending super chats to the chat.
It's all right. I'm getting them as they come through, too. Go ahead, babe.
From James. You are doing something. You are not only bettering your lives, you are also helping the masses better theirs. From Haley. I made a homemade pumpkin pie, and it turned out so good, surprisingly. Brag much? No. I'm kidding. That's
Rub
fantastic.
it in, fucker.
I love that you made a pumpkin pie, and it turned out fantastic. That's awesome. From Bailey. Would you guys ever get into real dirt bikes?
I've had dirt bikes my whole life. This is one of those things that a dirt bike is super loud.
Yeah.
And 99% of the time when somebody calls the cops for you riding your dirt bike, it's because you are being loud and it's disrupting them. When you're on an e-bike and the noise is, nobody's calling the fucking cops over that. Mm-hmm. We rode all over places. We were in like environmental parks, riding on sidewalks, going over pedestrian bridges, and no one said shit to us the whole time we were out there. Mm-hmm. So no, I'm going to keep doing the e-bike thing because I like not being fucked with by the police.
Yeah. From Mad Diggity Dog.
Love it.
Random, but I am moving into my first apartment ever with my significant other. Is it normal to feel anxious about taking that step? Do y'all have any tips or advice on first time living with your partner and also not with your parents?
Have you ever lived on your own? Because if you've just lived with your parents and now you're moving into with your partner, you're going to have a new level of freedom that you've never had either way. Mm-hmm. But if you've lived on your own and then you're moving in with your partner, you're going to lose freedoms.
Yeah.
So if you're moving from your parents to your persons, I think that's an easier transition. Mm-hmm. As for it to be normal or not, yeah, you're taking a step to leave the comfort of your home where you potentially have it really, really well.
Yeah.
You know, lack of bills, lack of food being purchased, all that kind of shit, to having to support yourself.
You're also going to find out things about each other that you would never know otherwise without living with each other.
Yeah.
Why are you chuckling?
Because the first time I stepped in water with socks on around you, I about lost my fucking mind. And it took everything I had to like in me to like quelch that, to have a calm conversation about not wanting to burn the house down because my fucking socks were wet. Yeah.
I remember the very first time you almost lost your shit on me. And it was when you stepped out of the shower and there was water on the tile and your bare foot hit it. Yeah.
They make fucking bath mats for a reason.
Then why didn't you have one? I was at your place.
Because I dry off in the shower so that I don't have to clean the floor afterwards.
Never done that. I've always had a bath mat.
I was also starting over at that point. So, there's that.
So mad. You definitely handled it very well. It was just a conversation of don't do that again. From Sabrina. I should have gotten the bee barn I found for peaches that I found at Bass Pro Shops. It's for pollinator bees to help with pollination.
Is that how that works?
What?
The pollinator bees and the pollination? Sabrina, we have all 4 bikes now.
We do.
Now we have to plan a trip up there to ride and hang
I need to
out.
get good first.
Yeah?
I'm not letting somebody else ride my Talaria.
No?
That's mine.
Okay. Well, at least that gives me a direction now of what I need to look into for modding for you.
Yeah. That's gonna be my specialty bike.
Yeah. I'm gonna end up riding mine this weekend.
I'm gonna learn how to pop a wheelie, as the young ones say.
Well, that one will be easy to do it on because that front tire does not want to stay down on that bike.
It's my balance that I need to work on. From Kim, he tells me he doesn't want to go without. I was thinking of doing that. It's what he's spending on too, paying $100 a week to talk to his friend in jail.
Tell that motherfucker to write a letter. Is that? I don't even know it's a thing anymore. I know that when I was locked up, you bought stamps and envelopes.
Yeah.
Apparently now you
Emails.
can buy emails.
Yeah, you can buy emails now.
This is one of those things that like I understand the loyalty and wanting to talk to his buddy who's locked up and like have that like support system there, but that's $400 a month. That's a car payment.
It's $25 a week. That's or was it?
$100 a week, bro.
Oh,
it's $400 a month. It's a car
Never
payment.
mind. Yeah, you're right. That's a car payment.
That's an electric bill.
Yeah. Damn.
From Kenneth, I got one that I've been struggling with. How do y'all overcome the loss of love? I need help because everything else in my life is falling apart too.
There's not a whole lot of information there. They'll overcome the loss of love. Did you do something to lose that love?
Did someone die?
Right. Like,
I'm going to be honest. If you just got broken up with, I'd be focusing on everything else that's falling apart in my life.
right. I would also be focusing as to why you got broke up with.
Yeah.
Like, people don't just wake up one day and go, hey, change my mind. Peace out. Like,
Right.
normally you did something or didn't do something.
When I hear everything else is falling apart in my life, I'm imagining you don't have a job. You're about to be homeless. Priority list. Yeah. From Micah, what's y'all's best date night idea? I got too many.
Depends on where you live.
We were riding dirt bikes and you gave me a shell and that was a date.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the dirt bikes are definitely a date for us. If you live in a major metropolis, find a really tall parking garage and park that bitch at the top at nighttime and just hang out up there for a couple hours. That's a great date night. Like, put your phones in the console. Don't fucking engage with social media and just, spend some time with your person. That's a dope date. You could do that at a beach.
Yep.
Free dates are the best.
Amen.
Big boy games. Working 2 jobs to help me and my girlfriend. She has a daughter from another relationship. But she's always bummed that I'm always at work. What do I do?
She's not telling you that she's bummed that you're at work. She's telling you that she's missing you.
Yep.
So you need to find a way to spend more time.
Or not more time, but the quality of time you guys have together.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
From Caitlin, Sunday Scary isn't so bad when I get to watch my 2 favorite and huge inspirations in my life. Thank you for everything. Enjoying the Discord and Patreon.
Oh yeah, love that you're there.
Are you watching the Black Rose episodes? What do you think about that? Give me feedback, guys. From the Hidden, haha, I'm on that psychic shit.
Yeah.
What is that? Oh, because of the jet skis.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Marco the Pizza Man is here.
Oh, shit. What are we cooking? I don't know. You tell me.
He actually texted me and I was unable to respond because we were live. Do you want to talk about that since he's here?
I mean, we can. I'm so excited about that. I feel I'm going to be living like my Rachel Ray moment.
Yeah.
She's not the best example, but she's the first one that came to mind.
Marco, are you able to take a Zoom call right now? Bring him on the live. That would be kind of cool. He's got a book coming out. Angie Jacobs said she loves the Black Rose.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm glad. I'm putting a lot into it, and I want to make sure that it's digestible and it makes sense.
Teresa said, "Hi, I just wanted to say I adore your guys' relationship. I'm asking for advice. My boyfriend of 4 years kicked me out because I told him I didn't like him looking at other women online." Okay, so what do you need the advice on?
Right.
If he was emotionally invested in other women, sounds to me like that's a form of cheating, and you're on your way to a better life. I don't know.
Dodged a bullet. I don't know. What do I want to cook? Oh, Marco's also super excited. I don't know. I saw that you made like a caramel apple cream dip or something. That looked fantastic. Also, you're Marco the pizza man. Should we just make pizza? I'm always down for pizza.
I think that's a cheap way out.
Is it?
Yeah.
Then we should do something extravagant. Creme brulee.
Haley Morgan said, "How do you deal with being a mom on a bad brain day? Just because you're having a bad day doesn't mean that your kids deserve you on a bad day.
Yeah.
So you need to be the mom." All right, Marco, text me your email address, dude. I'll send you a Zoom link. We'll get you on the live. I'll set up Zoom right now. Let me go get my headphones.
All eyes on you.
On me.
On you. Perform, monkey, perform.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, man.
Ha, 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 ha. Who knows what that song is? I'm the one in hide when you're screaming my name. All right. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, no.
But let me
You're going
tell
there?
you now,
Okay,
there
never
are
mind.
prices.
Yep, got it. Oh, man. Taking me back to them roller skating days. A little bit.
That song is such a bop. Do calzones. I love calzones. I love your sweater. It's a dress. Thank you.
All right, let's get him a Zoom meeting.
Backstreet Boys. You know what's up. Yes, larger than life. Oh, I need my headphones.
You are going to need your headphones.
Oh, God. Shit's stuck in my head. Damn it, Peaches. Over here trying to work hard.
That's awesome.
So virtual cameras on. Steve, you're going to have to be grabbing these screenshots.
I'm on it. Let me get... They redid... something happened in the update on my computer. And they're going backwards now. So there's a lot of duplicates in here now.
It's all right.
Yep. They went one way 1 week, now they're going the other. But we're getting them.
He has his headphones on now. Oh, that's funny. Ooh, from Caitlin. Feedback is 10 out of 10 Peaches. Please don't stop. Loving all the garden episodes. You're doing the damn thing. Word.
All right, as soon as he's able to get in here, I'll move this over and we can put him on the monitor.
Okay.
I'll make him... I have a monitor tab on here, and I'll just bring him short. Oh, there we go.
There he is.
All right. What's up, dude?
How are you?
Hello.
Good. How about
How
yourself?
are? How you guys doing? You guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, we can hear you. I'm
All right.
Okay.
trying to get situated so that everybody can see.
This gorgeous face, I
Yeah,
know.
Yeah, there you go.
I feel so left out. Everybody has We the People tattoos.
What do you-
Oh, I got this a while ago. I just, like I said, I just went to see Jeff last week, and he gave me a tattoo. I actually just booked another one December 7th. I'm super excited for that. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, I finally found someone that can do a portrait. Like I've been looking for years for someone that could, when you're getting a family member's photo tattooed on you, it's got to be like, perfect. It's got to be perfect.
Yeah, Jeff is a monster.
Yeah, he's awesome.
So what'd you
So,
think
yeah.
of the shop?
The shop is all right. So I'm from Massachusetts, and we've only been here for about a couple of years. So everything is like different in Florida. Like a plaza can like have a 5-star steak restaurant. It could have a tattoo shop. It could have a laundromat. It could have everything, or even a slot machine. Place to go to play bingo or whatever. So it's really weird. So when I walked into your shop, I'm like, oh, it's like the windows are all tinted and stuff. You can't really see. Then you walk in, and it's like, boom. I'm like, there's like 3 rooms here, and it's like, it's crazy. Everybody's like super chill and nice. I got one of those shirts, the tattoos for sale, whores and sailors. I loved it.
Yeah.
And the bathroom, honestly, like, because I had a quick nervous piss before I had a tattoo, and then it was a fantastic. I like the design of it. It's all blacked out and everything. It's pretty cool, man.
That's a $10,000 bathroom.
$10,000 bathroom.
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, you guys didn't go cheap on anything. It's super clean, super quiet. It was the first time I ever got tattooed with a wireless needle. Like I've never seen.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. It's really cool, man. Really cool. And I like the hot pink section too. Somebody's area. I don't know who it was because I was there. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I'm super excited to come on next weekend with you guys. I don't know what to expect. I'm like, I'm usually an shoot off the hip kind of guy with my mouth, and my wife's like, you need to be careful so that we don't lose everything that we have. I'm like, okay.
Well, so what you're saying is to make sure that we're not live the first time that we interact with you.
Yeah.
So this is dangerous. Got it.
Yeah. So I have to sit here with like the thing that says cut. Like this is where we edit, right? So, but I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys to also come by, and I know Peaches, you want to cook, so I'm wicked excited for that because anytime that anybody gets excited for cooking, I love it.
Oh, hell yeah! I'm so stoked about it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a blast.
So I messaged. I didn't know if like you wanted to try maybe like a fettuccine Alfredo, or if you wanted to try like a blackened shrimp with smoked jalapeno grits. I've never had that before, but
I actually don't like the texture of shrimp. I'll cook it.
Perfect.
I won't taste it though.
That's okay. No problem. Then we'll do something. We'll figure something out. We'll talk about it this weekend. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate you being willing to do it with me. That's dope.
What do you want to cook, babe?
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Fun.
What can we cook?
Whatever you want. You're the boss.
I know you've seen his TikToks. You could just make shit up.
All right, let me think about it.
That caramel dip one that you were just talking about that was like literally made up at it was 8:40 at night, and I didn't have a video for the next day. And my wife's like, "Oh, let's try doing this." And I went to Publix like 4 minutes before it closed, and I'm like, "I need caramel sauce. I need Heath Bar Crunch, apples. Get the fuck out of my way." So, but yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put some thought into it then. Get creative.
Yeah, we'll have some fun. We'll have some fun. I can't wait.
Dope.
Super excited.
Is Ant gonna come?
He said he is, as long as you got the date for him and he's open, he wants to come.
Hell yeah.
So if he comes, we might have to float towards the Italian side because he's extremely, proud of that. So
I love Italian food, so I'm here for that. I was just thinking maybe like a nice meatball with a red sauce and garlic bread.
We could do that. I have a phenomenal viral garlic bread that hopefully it's made with mayonnaise. A lot of people think it's weird, but it's phenomenal.
I believe that.
Yeah, you saute some garlic and some butter first in a pan. Then you paint that on the bread on a nice sourdough loaf. And then you mix mayonnaise, all these 6 different shredded cheeses, salt, pepper, a little bit more garlic. And then it's like a paste that you just, it's disgusting.
Just smother it. That bread's not going to breathe.
No, and it doesn't last. It's like, everyone that comes into my house that gets that garlic bread, I'm lucky if I get a crumb. So I'm lucky. So yeah, but we can do. Yeah, I'm ready for anything. We can do fettuccine Alfredo and garlic bread. That sounds like if you're gonna die, that's the way to go. So that's just the way to go.
I just love carbs.
Yeah, so true. It's so true. So do I. Food is. I tell people all the time, like, food is literally revolved around every great memory of your life. Anything you do that's awesome, food's involved, and it is the make it or break it. It could, you could be around with your great friends and all that stuff and go to a restaurant and the food sucks and the service sucks and it just puts a damper on the day. But if you could be sitting around with people that you really don't care about and you have a great food, just like, whatever, I can deal with this guy, so.
What's you got a book coming out? Plug your book.
Yeah, I got, so Cooking and Cussing is actually out now. It's on pre-sale right now. If you go to my TikTok account or my Instagram at markofthepizzaman.com, it's in my link in my bio. I'm happy to say that we've already sold close to 100 copies in 2 days, which is pretty crazy. I never thought anybody would want a book from me, this guy. So it's a little bit different. It's there's a lot of cussing. So if you don't like swears, this is a great gift to give to that person for Christmas. So it's Cooking and Cussing, and we have some fun stuff. Like we have some QR codes on every recipe that brings you to a Spotify song that inspires me when I'm cooking it. It just gets me in that mood to get in the zone. And I hope because if you're not happy when you're cooking, they're going to taste it. I don't care how much salt you put in it. It's going to be gross. So, I'm a strong believer in that. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. And we've been signed for book number 2 already.
Wow.
So
Good
so
for you.
Thank you. Yeah. So the next one will be dipshits and love handles, which will be just it'll just be yeah. It rolled off the tongue and it just stuck. And it was great. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's gonna be all dips and appetizers.
Oh, fuck me, dude.
Hell yeah.
So yeah. So, yeah.
I have a question for you.
Of course.
Do you have salt and pepper shakers in your household?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't.
Really?
Yeah. I season our food. There was never a need for salt and pepper shakers. He never went back and seasoned anything. He was looking for it one day. So I was just wondering if I was an oddball out and didn't have salt and pepper shakers, like just
a little weird. So you got different levels, right? So it depends on your background. So like my parents are from Portugal, so they're like straight off the boat. I'm the first generation American. My mother has the blue bottle with the lady with the raincoat and the umbrella. Like that thing is just sitting on the table. It's like, that's number one. Then you move up, you start cooking in culinary school and all that. You got the grinders, you're going at it. And then now when you get really good, you got the containers with black pepper, or as I say, black pepper and salt on the side, which is kosher salt now. So obviously, so you can sprinkle it around so you can be like the steak guy. So
I have that chunky salt and I do exactly that. And I go,
yeah, you think you're like this fantastic person. You're just going around like this.
Yeah.
Just salt, all day. That's what you do. So when I lived in Boston, that's how I got my sidewalks ready for the storms. I was like, I just salt in the sidewalk. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Plug the name of the book that's out again one more time.
Sure. It's it's Cooking and Cussing by Marco the Pizza Man. It's under foundme.com, or you can just go to my links in my bio that brings you directly there. And it is you got appetizers on there, main entrees, some homemade dressings and sauces like buffalo sauce and all these other barbecue sauce, all that stuff from home. And we got some desserts and some alcoholic beverages in there as well. So it'll be fun.
Sorry, there's conversation going on. I got distracted.
Yeah, trying to get Steve to link your website.
I'm going to have to look up that book.
Asking, so.
I love my collection. I love collecting cookbooks.
He's going to bring us one.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. I asked him. I wanted a signed copy. There's going to be a surprise for
it.
him.
So. I think I'm getting it. I think on the 17th or something, I'm receiving my copy. So one of them is already got yours. So don't worry about that.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. I was fully ready to buy your book and support you.
Yeah. You don't have to do that. That's fine.
Thank you.
No problem. The mortgage will pay itself. Don't worry about it. It's fine. But I also got one of these for you too, Chris. So you get Marco the Pizza Man hat, so you can rock it all the way. If you're a hat guy, obviously.
I actually do like wearing hats. I just don't wear them often because it's hot outside.
It is.
I get you. This is a trucker hat. You feel nice and cool in it, man. Yeah. So it's one of the best. So, yeah.
All right, dude. We're gonna wrap up the live. I just wanted to get you on here to promote your book.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful night, and let me know what details later on in the week.
Yeah, I'll text you.
Certainly.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
All right, brother. Later.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.
Boom. Turn off that. All right, guys.
Oh, that garlic bread sounds amazing.
Right?
I'm so hungry. Do you want food?
Not yet. I'm going to hold off. I'll try to maybe eat between the lives.
I'm going to eat on the live.
Yeah, that's fine. We got super chats that I have to get into, though, because... But I got to clear out some of these tabs. I have like 15 fucking tabs over here because I was buying bike parts before we went live.
Dude had me at mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. All right, let's see where we were. We read those. Read that. There you go. Boom.
Boom.
There you go, babe.
Okay, another one, big boy of games. We have Saturday date nights and Sunday breakfast dates every week. This is the first relationship with an older gal. She's 2 years older than me. I'm 21, she's 23. I'm trying to give her daughter the life none of us had.
That's awesome.
That is dope. Mad diggity dog again. Peaches, just want to throw it out there.
Oh.
The women's group has been so awesome to be a part of. I'm glad. I'm glad that there is now a space where women can go and they can feel like they can connect with other people and it be a judgment-free zone. From Caitlin. Oh, I already read that one.
Give me 1 second. I need to.
Okay.
Will you put that in the chat, please? Okay. You read that one, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Angie just sent $4.99. Thank you. From David, I absolutely love the interview with The Warrior's Way. I've watched both parts multiple times and can't wait for part 3.
So, part 3 is going to be Patreon exclusive content. We will post clips on TikTok and shorts on YouTube, but that the third episode of that will only be on our Patreon. Mm-hmm. We are getting to the point where we are starting to move some of our content away from mass, like YouTube, TikTok, and all that shit, and putting it behind a paywall to give value to the people who are supporting us on Patreon. So just know that there are interviews that will not be aired, and you'll see the clips. You'll be like, where is this? And we'll be like, it's on our Patreon. Join and support us. So,
from Based Lace, would you ever invite random guests on your pod? I've been on a small podcast about mental health and careers. I would love to have a conversation about navigate careers. It affects our relationships.
I don't know about random guests, but we do have guests on our podcast. Mm-hmm. That's the last super chat was about a guest that we had. So we do have them. You have to have some sort of value that our listeners are going to get from being on the podcast or we won't have you on. Mm-hmm. So you can send an email to interview@tobebetter.com and we can look into that. Absolutely.
From Music Junkie, I started watching Transformation Church every Sunday at work because of you guys. You have helped me to strive to be better. Thank you.
Love that. I've actually moved away from Transformation Church. Mm-hmm. I'm watching Mark Driscoll now from Drawing a Blank. He's the guy that is in Arizona, and I literally just donated to his church. I tithed is the right word.
Oh, pardon me. I'm going to go grab my phone.
Okay. He is at... Oh, he's also an author. I didn't know that. Realfaith.com, the ministry of Mark and Grace Driscoll.
The Trinity Church, Scott.
Trinity.
Scott.
I can't believe I couldn't remember that.
That's all right.
You got to it before I did. Yep. That's where I've been getting my scripture from the last 3 weeks has been through Mark Driscoll. And I'm tithing to his church every time we get a payment. I send a little bit of money over to him. All right. That Marco guy's a trip, huh?
I'm so excited for that.
Yeah.
I'm going to learn something new that I can cook for you.
I have to bring multiple cameras and a light source. I think that when we do that, because obviously he'll be on the pod next weekend, but when we go to his house to cook, because he does everything for TikTok, we're going to have to bring two or three cameras, lapel mics or lav mics, whatever you want to call them, at least a light. It might be one of those things where I go scout before so that I know what I need to bring versus just throwing everything in a backpack.
That's smart.
That's
smart. From Dorley. Been going through the last couple of days. So glad to see the live tonight. Been looking for reasons to smile today.
The best way to do that is to find a mirror. It's a reason to smile. You are breathing.
You woke up today.
Yep. Oh. All right.
My back hurts so bad.
Chantel said Mark Driscoll is great. I know. I really like him too. I am trying really, really hard to get him to recognize us to be on the podcast, but I don't know. I listen to Mike Todd and Mark Driscoll. I like Mark Driscoll more. He speaks a lot to the family and things like that. I agree. I like Mike Todd too, and I really like Tim Ross, even though he's not technically doing religion on his podcast. Those are all enjoyable. It's enjoyable content for me. What kind of things would lead an email to get rejected from being on the podcast? DVSA, child abuse, and trauma dumping. Mm-hmm. If you're going to send an email and just complain about your life and not give us anything real to talk about, we're not going to do that. You guys can journal for that. It's going to give you the exact same
outlet.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, people write their emails. People will write it and then not send it. Yeah. Be like, just writing it out helped me because you're trauma dumping. You realize that you're just complaining and that, like, it's time that you're the problem. It's time to change shit.
Yeah.
What? Oh, the chocolate milk.
Chalky milk.
I love how straight up Chris is. Such good advice with the mirror. You guys, nobody's going to love you like you will. Right. You know what I mean? Like, and if you can't love yourself, no one else is going to properly be able to love you either because you're going to be fucking miserable. Fix yourself first, and then the rest of the world will come around. Lindy said, I love you guys. I love hearing both of your perception on things. One of these days, I want to send an email. Just know I have to work on how to write it. Thank you. You'll get there. Mm-hmm. You will get there.
Can I see the chat, please?
Oh, shit. I pulled this up so you could read supers, and I guess we're done with supers. There you go. Yep. Somebody said that they're going to be deleting YouTube to join Patreon. The YouTube subscriber base gets live streams, and that's it. Mm-hmm. You will always get more content from Patreon because YouTube rapes us. Yeah. They take a huge percentage of the money that we get. So, like, if we made $1,000 in super chats, they're taking 30% of it. So, whereas on Patreon takes 8% of everything that is charged. So you support us more on Patreon than you will here. Mm-hmm. Patreon's getting Zoom calls where if you've sent an email and you want to talk to us, we will read your email with you on a Zoom call as long as it passes the screeners. The wizards have to do their thing before that is even discussed. Mm-hmm. But we will be doing a lot of content moving over there. Your garden segments over there. The Black Rose segments are over there. Mm-hmm. When we vlog, that goes there. And after yesterday's interview with Matt Bell, I'm fairly certain I'm going to start interviewing business owners because I think there's a lot of young men who will benefit from the conversations that Matt and I had yesterday. I left here last night on fucking cloud 9. Yeah. Yep. All right, let me open up another tab so that we can look at super chats as Steve is capturing them.
All right. So there's one from Chantel Chase. Mark is my brother's father-in-law. I can introduce you personally.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah.
What?
Chantel, if you can somehow make that connection to where we can get Mark Driscoll on our podcast, I will personally send you $500 as a finder fee. Mm-hmm. Yep. Chantel, you can have him email me directly at chris@tobebetter.com. If that's even a thing. I would absolutely love to have him on here. All right. Kelsey Brooke, sorry. She became a member for 2 months on YouTube set for exclusive live streams. When I say worth every penny, I mean it. Patreon and Discord in general is always worth it. Mm-hmm. You're in turn investing in yourself and your future when you listen and take action to advice given. Fire 100. I'm that Mark Driscoll comments right underneath of that, and that's insane to me.
It's a small world.
It is a small world. Lexi said, I aspire to be as feminine as Peaches. Heart you guys.
Oh, I appreciate that. What?
I just thought about our adventure yesterday. That smirk was literally from the stop when I handed you your shell. That's what I heard in my head when I saw that. I don't know.
When you saw what?
The heart thing.
Yeah.
To be as feminine as Peaches. Like, you have moments when you are doing tomboy shit and like you just turn that right back on. I don't know. Our life has changed a lot.
It has.
You know, and we're slowing down. Like, we still have a lot of things going on and a lot of things in the works, but like We're not recording every day anymore now that we've caught up from Vegas. And I got to be honest, at this point, I'm getting to the point where, like, I'm not. Could you imagine if we would have missed an episode like we missed today's scripture 3 months ago? I'd have lost my shit.
Oh, yeah,
I'd
you
have fallen
would've.
apart.
Yeah.
We have to keep schedule. And then with my mom not being able to make it Wednesday and all the other things that I've got going on, I'm like, it's just not going to happen today. It'll, we'll get it next week. It's not a big deal. But 3 months ago, I'd have fallen apart over that. 5 minutes late 3 months ago, and I'd have lost my shit.
Yeah.
So, we got a lease K sent to $1.99, but there was no. Oh wait,
right underneath it.
okay. Didn't send with a super chat, LOL, but love y'all. Okay, so Elise K just said loves us. Simon Lee says, how do you cope with loss? I'm 19 and my father recently passed away and it's been very difficult. So story time. We just interviewed Matt Bell yesterday, who is the founder of the Team Recovery. He owns 17 businesses, is an extreme entrepreneur, very, very smart man, but he's a recovered heroin addict and has felonies in 3 different states. His entire process started with the loss of his father. So you need to find somebody that can be a support system, and you need to be able to sit down and talk. When you have a young man or a young woman who looks up to their father or their mother, and that person is no longer there for them, there is a void in their life. And that void can be very, very difficult to overcome. So though I don't really have advice for you in this because I'm not close to my biological parents, if I lost my mom or Danielle or JJ and I had to cope with that, I would have to probably go to therapy. Like that, I would have to sit down and talk to people who have
experienced that.
Right. Or like just, I got to be honest, I'd probably go to a church and find a new church group. But that's a hard one because everybody deals with grief differently, and I can give you some bullshit like, celebrate the life they live, don't mourn their passing, they're with God now. Like I can give you all of that, but it's all lip service.
Yeah.
None of that's going to make you feel better. You're going to have to find your own way to process your shit. I'm going to move this back over so that you can do this.
All right. Sabrina, Patreon member, Discord member since 3/30/2023, 7 months almost.
You know what we need to do?
What?
We need to create 1 year Patreon coins. Like the challenge coins, like the poker coins that we got, and have like when people hit 1 year subscribed, we just mail them to them.
That would be dope.
Yeah. I also want to do quarterly t-shirts for the $15 tier on Patreon where we just, everyone gets a t-shirt. Like we'll pull the entire list for that month, whatever month we decide to do it, email everyone. It's like a junk email, and everyone who mails back with a size, I can order the shirts through Jordan and just send them off as like a one-time deal only for that tier. Okay.
From the Hidden, have you ever thought of making this business a church for legal tax exemption? If you'll consider making your ministry a real ministry, you'll definitely have me as a follower.
I actually thought about this yesterday, like kind of hard thought about it yesterday while we were writing.
Okay.
I think you only need to have like a congregation of 5 or 10 people.
Correct.
And you can get ordained on the internet. I honestly think that it's possible to do that. And all of these things coming through would be donations. But I would need to talk to my accountant and my lawyer because the last thing I want to do is to fucking go to war with the IRS.
Right.
So, yeah, I know. I have one of those somewhere. I did it a long time ago.
Yeah, it's still legit. As long as you have your letter in good standing, you can start that.
From Spring Allison, just stopping in to learn more about myself. Y'all rock. Loving my hooded blanket and journal.
I still have journals. There's 2 or 3 of them left. I can't believe all those sold so quick and it just stopped.
Yeah.
There's 2 or 3 of them here. So for you guys who want to buy merch, we still have merch. We have the shirt that Marco was talking about, Tattoos Not Just for Sailors and Whores, the his and her shirts. We still have Choose Your Hard, the My Husband's Got Me, Burn the Fucking Ships, and something. I don't remember. There's something. Oh, we have yellow and pink accountability shirts left.
Yes.
Limited sizes, but we have them.
From Blind Bat, I went from weekly therapy to my therapist suggesting monthly check-ins because she has seen such an improvement in the way I process my emotions and make better choices for myself. Thank you all so much.
I love that for you. Are you telling us that because we helped you with it?
What do you mean?
We'll read it again.
Well, I just read it.
So is that an us thing? Like, did we help give you the tools to make it so that you don't have to go to therapy as much? Like, or is this just like a congratulations message?
Okay.
Because either way, congratulations. That's dope as fuck. But if we provided some sort of value, what was it that clicked? Like, what was the one thing that you were like, oh shit, this is the golden nugget that I needed to read in this book or that I got from that podcast that they delivered that's changed my view. That's what I want to hear. I want to know the golden nugget.
Yeah.
Because that, like, what did they say in Ready Player One? Some people can read War and Peace and think it's a basic novel, and other people can read the back of a shampoo bottle and unlock the secrets of the universe. Mm-hmm. What's your golden nugget? What unlocked the secrets of your universe? I want to fucking know.
From Sear, Peaches helped me see my femininity, and I just bought my first dress since losing 100 pounds.
Oh, fucking get it.
That's dope.
Fucking get it.
That's really dope. We're getting a lot of patrons.
Yeah. I'm not trying to look at my phone right now. Did you order any of those 50s dresses that you were looking at? Like, I know
No,
that you
I
had put a
haven't.
bunch into a cart. Like, I've been waiting on a total because
Yeah.
yeah.
I have about 6 or 7 picked out. I've always loved the vintage, like 50s look.
Me too.
And I never thought that it would be a possibility for me to have that kind of wardrobe. So I want to be very selective with the first run of things because I don't know what I'm going to like. I don't want to blow a bunch of money in and get 40 different outfits and I hate all of it.
Let's start with like 15 to 20.
Okay.
And let's split them half and half because you can do the traditional housewife for like when you're doing the Peaches lady thing.
Yeah.
And do like the greaser thing when we're writing.
Right. I was thinking I could do like Sandy at the end of Grease, like the pinup look.
Yeah.
And then the 50s housewife dainty.
I need you to stop talking. I'm getting heart palpitations.
Y'all need a minute.
I might need a fucking defibrillator, bro. She's going to get dressed up and I'm going to have a heart attack.
So 50s dress, like, you know, poodle on the fucking thing, the whole nine, that kind of 50s
Some
dress,
of those,
sock
yeah.
hop style.
Kind of like that. I also want to get like the polka dot dresses
yeah.
with like the floofy skirts
Right.
and shit. Yeah.
The petticoat underneath and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kimmy has a bunch of those. She made them herself.
Really?
I have an affinity for them as well.
All right. I'm going to move back over to here. Oh, it's just an exclusive live stream. Rosa B became exclusive live stream to the YouTube, which means you'll be able to actually watch the Patreon live stream tonight because when we go live, I will be posting it on YouTube as the exclusive live stream link. But if you're not on Patreon, you still need to join Patreon because that's where all the extra content is. YouTube doesn't get as much, again, because they take so much from us.
Yeah.
Elise K. Chris has notifications off for the live. I'm shouting it in my garage, but I doubt you can hear me. All right, I have to. I'm gonna put Zach on my no longer on do not disturb list so that he can fucking message me and it'll come through.
Oh gosh. Hey guys. I don't know. I can read you notes from my phone. So I started listening to the book, The Proper Care and Feeding of Husbands on Audible. And I made a note. I made a bunch of notes. I'm like 20 minutes into listening to this thing, and I have like 3 pages of notes. One of them is... Where is it? Okay. Some women are pissed off sitting at a surprise dinner date that their husband took them on because he didn't buy her flowers. You cannot overlook the way that your husband loves you because it's not the way that you would love him. You cannot expect a synthetic love and expect to feel genuine love at the same time.
Wow.
Right?
Okay, hold on. Let me grab my phone.
So, in that, women kind of expect men to be mind readers. And of course, vice versa, men do this shit too. We're focusing on the women aspect of things. We can talk about things individually. Women expect their man to be a mind reader. And when that doesn't happen, they nag, and the man tries to change to make her happy. And he is changing the way that he loves, which equals into that synthetic love. So when the synthetic love is present, there's nothing genuine about that. I had to like sit in silence for 30 minutes after I thought about that. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. All right, everybody, we're taking a hit. I need to refill my thing. What's the name of the book? The Proper Care and Feeding of the Husband or of a Husband. Can't do that on screen. I have to like huddle away. You guys can't.
Sorry.
What am I doing? Don't worry about it.
Nunya and Argo.
Ah, come on, do the thing. There we go. Making my way downtown, walking down. Faces past and I'm homebound. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Now I'm gonna have that. Why is it every time you do the singing? Because like, as a musician and being in music and stuff, it's all music. I don't care. The only two types of music I'm not going to listen to is mindless self-indulgence and Die Antwoord. And
I remember you telling me
and I
about
will
that band.
die on that hill. All other music I'm cool with.
Yeah.
But I also had little sisters growing up. So like Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, 98 Degrees. If I have to hear, I mean, I could say Nick Lachey. You know what I'm saying? Like I could read his name and not mispronounce it because of my little sister. And I'll go back even further. New Kids on the Block.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we could do Shania Twain.
Yeah. Shania is awesome.
Oh, she's
I'm
fantastic.
about Shania. There was a certain level of class in country music when she popped out like that. Like she redefined it, you know.
I want to kick in a door every single time I hear.
Let's go, girls.
Let's go, girls.
Yep.
Busting in that damn door.
Hell yeah.
All right, I'm going to move this back over so that you can read them.
Hi, I'm Joka. Hey, Joka. 2 months post having my girl, and my head is indeed tucked between my legs. LOL, she is worth the world. I haven't been active lately with the whirlwind of life, but I miss the community. Y'all rock.
I was actually wondering about you today.
Yeah.
Because I was going through the drive and saw that you were still on our Google Drive, but I hadn't heard from you, so I actually removed you today. Ironic that you had super chatted the same day that I was cleaning house. When you're ready to get back into editing, bro, let me know. Congratulations on the baby, and I hope everything is going really well.
I bet she's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
From Baked Danny, just wanted to say hi. Hey, Danish.
Do we want to mail her that Puffco pipe, or do we want to take it to her?
Road trip.
I agree. We can maybe get Sabrina and Danish to go to lunch because they're kind of
Within
distance.
distance.
We're gonna all be traveling. We're all gonna be traveling, you know. All right.
She's so cute, bro. I believe it.
Heather said road trip. Guys, for the moderators that were here last month, Peaches and I have been, we want to do that again, but we want to do it in a way that we don't have to deal with working and like actually be able to hang out. Peaches is going to die over there.
I forgot there was a microphone in front of me. Sorry, guys.
James Armstrong just sent me a text and asked me if I was drinking lemonade or flavored water. It's Crystal Light and water. I had 3 energy drinks today, which is the most energy drinks I've had in days since the hurricane. And I am deathly afraid of getting another kidney stone, so now I'm flushing because I was out in the garage working on bikes while doing all of that. Also, what do you guys think we should buy? A Class B van that we can like sleep in with a toilet and like the whole 9, or a travel trailer like a new like the Tab 320 that's got it's a small bean trailer that's got a bed and a toilet in it. That way we can drive the To Be Better truck with a trailer behind it.
Road Trip America.
Right,
Yeah,
because
dude.
both of those work.
Right.
And if we get the Tab trailer, we can drop the trailer at like a campground and go explore the area in the pickup truck. And it's 4-wheel drive, and I can put the bikes in it. Like, but if we don't do that, we can buy a Class B, like a Winnebago Revel, which is way expensive. Obviously, I wouldn't buy that one. I'm talking like $100,000 or less, not $300,000.
Right.
But I could also put the bikes on the back of that.
Yeah.
I looked. We've been researching that hard too. I don't want to do anything, any type of vacation, anything anymore without those bikes. Could you imagine riding around in Death Valley or somewhere on those bikes?
No.
How fucking fun that would be.
No.
You'd have to.
You're not there yet.
After hitting that sugar sand?
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. It's
You're
because
good.
I'm bred and spread Florida.
It was
I
funny.
know the feeling.
He came back to me just laying on the ground with my helmet off.
Yeah. I was like, did you go down so hard your helmet came off? And you're like, no, I took it off.
I was like, I couldn't breathe. I was so mad.
Oh no, man, that's some cool stuff you're talking about.
You got to think though, the sugar sand thing isn't that bad. Like it's bad here,
Right.
And there's definitely sand dunes in Colorado and Utah that could be a problem. But for the most part, trail riding is hard dirt. Like
yeah.
I think that you would have what if we had done like Valley of Fire? Like you saw what that was. It was just gravel. You could have done that, and like Moab in Utah, we could ride up those big old hills on the bikes.
I don't know. I was walking back to those petroglyphs.
You were in sand.
That was sand, yeah. That scooped real easy into my pocket.
I got the sand in my pocket.
I have to know, what was your initial thought when I sent you that text message?
I wasn't shocked.
No?
No, not at all. I'm glad you got your sand. Like
I love how supportive you are.
it's just sand.
You make me happy.
Yeah, if you were like, I took somebody's child, that would have been a very different conversation. You're like, I got pockets full of sand. I'm like, fuck yeah, live your best life. I don't.
I arranged that sand with all the rocks I found in a little jar.
Yeah, I
And
saw it.
I had my cat skull. Yeah. Another one from Blind Bat. Your segment on choice theory really helped me get a new perspective on how I went about things. I listen to your podcast every day. You guys are the golden nugget.
Love that. I'm glad that we're able to provide you with value, but you got to know that like you're doing the work. So don't credit it to us. Credit it to the fact that you're doing the fucking work. All we're doing is giving you information that you otherwise wouldn't have had.
And we're just sitting here being goofy. You're going through all of the anxiety and the bad emotions and shit.
Just know that when you're like, oh man, I don't know, that we're both in the back of your mind going, get that shit, bitch. Like,
I'm ready to set shit on fire with you. Let's go. But I mean in a good way,
right,
growth way. We're not destroying our lives.
Sometimes you have to burn it down to start over.
Yeah.
That's why they have controlled burns in the forests. Like, well, that's not why, but it's definitely helpful. Toy hauler camper. That's big money right there.
Oh, for the bikes.
Yeah.
That's the toy. I was like, what is Santa Claus? What? From Kaylee. The man I've been with for 7 years has cheated on me 2 times. When I'm telling him I'm done, he wants to show me he loves me. And when we're intimate, he wants to bring someone in. And I need the courage to move on. Not even the courage. Where is the self-worth?
Yep. That's also, that is the sign. I'm not saying that he has borderline. I'm not diagnosing anyone's mental illness. Full disclaimer, we are not qualified to do that. We are just 2 people with opinions. But that type of behavior is borderline personality behavior. And that is, that's that. That's a thing.
I concur. Do you want to live the rest of your life like this?
That's a good question.
Like, I'm good. You've already been with him for 7 years. He's cheated on you twice. If you looked at me in one of our intimate moments and said, I want to bring somebody else into our relationship, that would break my heart. I could not imagine.
Yeah.
That's your intimate moments with him? I personally would not be okay with that.
Okay, I want to devil's advocate some things.
Okay.
Okay. First, I'm gonna everything that you just said would never happen. Right? It's not a
Right.
thing. In the event that that conversation was to be had, it should not be had in an intimate moment. Right? We both agree on that?
Yes.
Okay. What you said after that about how it would break your heart, because I know what you meant. Obviously I think it would break your heart no matter what. But for a man, if he is thinking about other women or wanting to have the discussion of a polyamorous relationship or bringing somebody else in, those kind of talks need to happen regardless of how it's going to make the other person feel.
Right.
Because there are things that need to get worked out through that, right? Do you think that it would be a beneficial thing for somebody to break the heart in that moment to let you know that there's not enough things going on in the bedroom to like satiate whatever needs they're having? How does that work? Because that conversation has to happen.
Right, it does. It has to happen. And it would be... I'm going to ruin our day off. Like, okay, I'm putting myself in this position. Like, I need to come to you and tell you this.
Right.
I'm not doing it on a work day. And I'm not doing it at the end of the day. Like, fucking sleep. Like, you never get it after that. So, I'm ruining our day off. I would start it with, this is not an easy conversation for me. And I have thought about this over the last few weeks to how I can bring it to your attention. And I recognize that there is no way for me to say this without hurting your feelings.
Okay. Good opening. Because it's all honesty. It's
Right.
raw honesty.
This would also be, for me to get to that point, it would be after multiple conversations about how our intimacy is lacking. So this is like a last resort dish effort. And I would say that. Like, this is my last resort. I don't know what else to do to save our marriage.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. Would that be a save the marriage thing or just that you need intimacy that I'm not giving you? Do you think that you would be able to try? Obviously, our faith prevents that from being a thing, but do you think that that would be a thing for you? Like that you would be able to maintain a marriage with somebody if they were like, go do what you want to do with other people?
Could I do that?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. This is just a valid question. Like, I don't think we could either. Or I don't think, because of the whole faith thing. I don't know. That whole process, like, past lives are a very real thing. Like, the way that we've lived and the conversations that have been had in the past are very different than the ones that we're having now.
Right.
And I have been that person that has been like, just do whatever you want to do. I just don't want to know about it. This is this broken man. Obviously, it's a very different conversation, but I think that those conversations need to be had, and I think that the broken man conversation probably needs to be had too.
Yeah.
But that's a lot. That's a whole lot from a fucking small 160 character with an emoji. All right, go ahead with that one.
I can't just do that. You can't ask me to put myself in a mindset and move on. I gotta
Okay. Well, do you want to continue talking about it?
That's a lot to process, and that sucks.
It is a lot to process, and it's a hard conversation. And the problem is people aren't willing to have those conversations.
Right.
Because you know how many people would not cheat if they could have that conversation. Real shit. Like the amount of people who could have an emotional connection with somebody that could honestly tell them what's going on and feel safe doing so may make that person never look at another person.
Right.
Because they're able to have the hard conversation. Whereas most people can't do that. Most people have been taught the way that they talk to their person and the way their person's going to respond when having the hard conversations. And men are super fucking guilty of this, so much so that we just shut down. There's no point in talking about it. Nothing's going to change. I'm not being heard. They don't give a fuck about me, so why bother? You talk to any man, they've lived that experience at least in one relationship in their life. And once that happens, every relationship past that is going to be the first sign of trouble. We're going to revert to that. This is just the way it is for men. Now it's being spouted on the internet. Like, men just expect this to be your life. So, like, being able to have those hard conversations, knowing that you're going to hurt your person's feelings and knowing that they're not going to blow up on you because you prefaced with, hey, this is going to hurt. can give you some sugar, if you need it afterwards, but like take your medicine. Those kind of conversations would alleviate a lot of the problems that come from infidelity and people not being able to talk. Right. That you look at like the emotional cheating aspect normally starts because somebody has a conversation with their partner, doesn't know how to process it, leaves to go to work and is still frustrated, and then goes to the new hot receptionist and starts venting their fucking day.
Yeah.
And that's why 90% of infidelity happens in the workforce. Jalen said, been reading Choice Theory and not even halfway through it. The book, it opened my eyes and I took accountability for things that keep me down. So thank you for the recommendation and all else that you do. William Glasser also has a book called Reality Therapy, and reality therapy is the working practice of choice theory. So if you enjoyed Choice Theory, I recommend Reality Therapy as well. It's a good book. There you go, babe.
All right, from Jade. Hey, I'm 25 and I've been following you guys for a year now. I was looking for growth-minded people. You guys have woken me up to so much of my bullshit.
Love that. I love that. That's it. Yeah. When you take that accountability and that self-realization, that's where growth happens. It's where you're going to change. Because until you're able to like really process that, everyone else is the problem and you're going to keep doing the shit you've always done. Isabella Alvarez says, parents say I still need to ask to go out with boyfriend. I'm 22. Do you live with your parents? Because if you live with your parents and you're under their roof, yeah, you do. You want that freedom to be an adult and move out. I don't care if that's harsh.
That's just the reality of it.
Right. Here's a better thought. Get a man at 22 years old that wants to meet your parents and make sure that your parents think that it's okay for him to date you versus you asking them. That sounds like the type of guy that pulls up and honks the horn in the driveway instead of coming to the door.
I'd be walking out of that house. Go around the block, try again.
Yeah. Yep. The quality of man that our daughter decides to date will dictate whether or not I allow her to date. And obviously, I'm the bonus parent. I have minimal say. She's got dad. She's got you. But I'm not going to let that happen. I'll put my foot down, and I'll be the overbearing step parent. It's a fucking asshole if I have to.
She's not going to get mistreated.
No, but I also don't want her to move out of the house until she meets a good guy. Like, I would rather her live there until she's fucking 35 years old if that's what it takes for her to not be
abused,
living like married and not actually married. I would rather her fucking wait for a man that's going to support her and do the fucking thing and like let her live that life. But I think it's important that we raise boys and girls differently. Yep. Get hate for that one too. And I don't give a fuck. All right. What else we got? What time is it? 7:13. If we order food now, it could possibly be here before Patreon Live.
Okay.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
I don't need a lot because I did have Jersey Mike's when Megan from Recover Your Power was here earlier. Ooh, you want to talk about a good episode?
Yeah.
When Megan comes back and her and Peaches sit down for that garden segment, Recover Your Power was a program that was being designed to help women who have been with narcissistic, abusive men.
Okay.
And this chick was creating all of this thing, and they came in, and she was supposed to sit down for a garden segment today, but the dance studio was going, so it didn't happen. Right. But the conversation that they had while we were sitting there, you guys are going to fucking kill that. I can't wait for that one. Yeah.
Really? You think so?
It'll be a good fucking interview.
Yep. I like how comfortable I make people feel.
Yeah. Yeah, she came right in and was just at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dope. It was dope. There's a lot of growth happening with the podcast and like not just with us. Ravina said, I have been battling being in love with two men at the same time for over 10 years. No matter what I do, I cannot get over the one I'm not with. Please help if you can.
I need to process that. Hang on.
Yeah, I there's nothing I can say to you on that one. You shouldn't be in love with two men. That means that you are a divided individual.
Yep.
That's rough. I also believe that love is a choice, which means you're choosing. You're choosing to do that. And I'm willing to bet there's a bunch of back and forth that's happening there. That's just not a good situation.
Are you just bouncing back and forth between these men? Like, have you dated other men?
Do you have a notebook that says pros and cons for each man? 'Cause that's what it sounds. That's reading that. That's what I'm picking up.
I have so many questions.
Yep.
That's not just a quick answer.
Somebody said, would you tell your stories to Mark from the channel Soft White Underbelly? I don't know who that is
I've heard it.
or what the podcast is or what his channel's about, so probably not.
Can I see the chat, please? Thank you.
Soft White Underbelly seems to focus on those in active addiction. That might be somebody that we need to try to connect to
Matt.
to get with Matt. Yeah.
I have info.
Somebody else said can't stand that Soft White Underbelly dude. I don't know why can't you stand him? People can't stand me either.
Yeah, people can't stand my ass.
If your son or daughter asks you why you want to raise them differently, how would you respond?
Because they have different roles to play.
That's it. Because women are not men and men are not women.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in gender roles. I believe that men will never be as nurturing as a woman will be.
That doesn't mean they can't be nurturing. They shouldn't be.
Right, but it won't be to the same extent.
Right.
And a woman will never be, well, there are freak of natures out there who are super strong and have trained their body to be powerlifters, but women powerlifters are not setting records in men powerlifting sports. Like,
Right.
we have different advantages to who we are as a gender.
They're
and
going to play to their strengths.
We should be playing to the strengths. Yep, exactly. I'm not afraid to have those conversations with our kids. I can't wait for our kids to have those conversations with us.
Too.
I don't know.
They're going to be so intelligent.
If those two don't take over the world because of y'all being their parents, I'm going to be shocked.
Every night I tell them, you're going to do such great things with your life.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see it. Oh, I'm going to start crying.
I think some of the big things that we're working on right now is boundaries. Mm-hmm. Like, I want our kids to be able to have boundaries. So there's a book I'm about to drop you guys. I've mentioned it before, but I'm going to mention it again. And there is a very heavy religious overtone to it, but it's a phenomenal book, and I highly suggest you read it. And it is called Boundaries, and it is written by Dr. John Townsend. He's done Boundaries in Marriage, Boundaries in Dating, but the Boundaries book itself, they go through the process of young brains and the way that kids learn to say no first, because it's the first way that they learn to become autonomous. Like, I am me and they are them. And, but one of the things that he's talked about in the chapter that I'm rereading right now is that a lot of kids who don't establish those early boundaries, or parents will take away love because, well, you don't want to hug me? Fine, I'll just never hug you again. Like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Those kids are more likely to become addicts and not have the ability to say no when their friends want them to try shit, because they never
people pleasers.
They become people pleasers because they don't want to lose the ability to fit in. Really, really good book. That's what I was doing for the first half of Building Your Bike today, was listening to that book, and then it got hot outside and I got grumpy and I had to put on some music.
I'm so proud of the kids when they tell people no to things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to have to look into this underwhite belly thing. Underbelly, soft white underbelly thing. Some people are like, I love it. Some people are like, I hate it.
It's rough.
Is it?
It's hard. I know what it is now. I'm like, where have I heard that before? I'm subscribed to it.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to look it
There are stories and interviews on that channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Check it out, though.
Crystal Tuesday said, so glad to catch a live, praying for you two. I love that. You pray for me as much as you want. I will take all the prayers. Fuck, I need it. All the prayers.
Oh, no way. I've seen these clips.
Mm-hmm.
This shit's rough.
Yeah, it's really tough. The Rebecca Robb story is hard to, like, I actually have not made it through that one.
Ginger said, my husband doesn't respect my son's boundaries because he's a teenager and should just do what he's told. I think that there needs to be a conversation as to what his boundaries are, because if he's not cleaning his room or doing chores, that's not him being boundaries, that's defiance.
Right.
Like that's him having a set standard in your home that he's not adhering to. Having boundaries would be like your son's taking a shit and the door's closed and your husband goes in there and starts talking to him. Like there's a difference there. If your son doesn't want to have a conversation with him and he forces the conversation, like there's very different things. Like I would need clarification on what those boundaries are. Give me an example. Yeah, I gotta be honest, guys. If this is a I don't do well with the addiction thing. I have a hard time with it. Like I have a past. I was never like I had an alcohol issue, but like I was never addicted to drugs.
Right.
But I've lost a lot of people because of it, and like I don't do well with that shit. So that might not be something that I get too heavily into. Jody Custard said, "Can I have some prayers?" Absolutely, have some prayers. Everybody should pray for everybody. Mark has very top tier good stories and very bad ones. Recently, he added love stories too. I love SWU. What is that?
Single.
Oh,
Yeah,
soft
white
underbelly.
underbelly. Sorry, I went single white female.
That's what I heard.
Going back
too.
to the '90s. Sorry. Chat rooms.
That is such a good movie. I miss the way they used to make movies.
What movie are you referring to now?
Just any movie from before like 2010.
Oh, I agree.
Lucas said that the story of the dude from behind White Underbelly is that he preyed upon some vulnerable homeless chick. So is that her story or his story? Because there's three sides, and if that's what she's saying and he's saying something different, somewhere in the middle is the truth.
Yep.
Or is it just internet speculation?
Right. You guys got to be real fucking careful with what people on the internet say is going on because you don't know.
Yeah.
Anytime anyone tries to cancel anyone, I become a fan of that person.
Yep.
Oh, the internet wants to cancel Russell Brand? I fucking hated him until they were like, we're going to cancel him. Like, I love this dude.
I was like, what is he doing? Like,
Yeah, same thing.
first time in years I looked into him
Yep.
because I disagreed with all of his shit. And then people started hiding on him. I was like, ooh, what is it?
Yep. You got to be doing something right if the internet's trying to cancel you.
I always equate the internet thing when people start speculating to there's still people out there that think Tipper or Al Gore invented the internet. So
Yeah. That's funny.
or birds aren't real.
Holly said, happy Sunday, you amazing people. Happy Sunday to you too, Holly.
And happy Sunday.
All right.
Jody's last name is Custard, and now I want custard. Is Culver's open?
Yeah.
Didn't you just order dinner?
I did not.
Oh.
I got sidetracked with looking up something.
Did you see the new Culver's cheeseburger, y'all?
No.
They have a piece of cheese that's a cheese curd on top of it.
So it's
So
like
a big
deep
old
fried?
deep fried cheese curd right on top of the burger.
Oh, that's a lot of
Tell
cheese.
me you're not going to poop for a few days without telling me you're not going to poop for a few days. Scrub E said, what do y'all think of the idea of taking a break with the intention of getting back together with two trustworthy and committed parties? Why are you taking a break? Are you married? Because that matters. Because if you're married, there's no taking a break. You exchange a vow. We're going to do this. And it's going to be the way that it's going to go. And I don't give a shit if you hate me today. I don't care if you're thinking about leaving. You can get over that. If you're angry, you can go
be
cry in the
angry,
cry.
come
Yeah.
back.
And when you're done, we'll hug it out and thumb wrestle if that's what it takes. You know, we'll Street Fighter it, something.
Tic-tac-toe, maybe?
Yeah, it's aggressive tic-tac-toe. Like we'll use our toes and like kick each other in the process or something. Like I don't understand that. The idea of a break is a easy way to end a relationship.
Right. It softens the blow.
Right, because you're separating. You can just go move out and go get your own place for a little while, and we'll come back to this later. I don't believe that's going to be the case. Sometimes it happens. Obviously, there are obviously both sides of that coin, but I don't know. Somebody just sent a message that said, "Should I send an email?" Where'd it go? The Curter Burger.
Yeah, I'm about it.
I'm doing that meltdown place again.
Okay.
Would you like the breakfast sandwich?
Yes, that was so good.
Would you like the combo?
Yeah, their fries were good too.
Are you hungry, Steve?
I am, but I can't. I'm gonna go home and make dinner for my family.
Somebody said, "Should I write an email about loving two men?" I mean, you can if you want. I'm not going to be able to give you a whole lot of advice on that.
I'm curious.
Okay.
I want to see if
am
I
too.
could give advice on that.
Fuck it. Send the email. Maybe we'll figure it out. He tried to help the girl and tell the story, but she died in rehab, maybe because of bad medical attention. Guys, I gotta be honest. This is gonna sound super like heartless, but I don't know anything about this, and because I don't know anything about this, I don't really care. Like, I if I want to deep dive it, maybe it'll catch my attention and I'll do that. But like going on about the comments, like I'm getting opinions from other people versus the actual story. It's not helpful to me. What are you giggling at over there?
I saw cheese puck.
A cheese puck.
And then it registered what you were talking about. I was like, no, inappropriate time to be laughing.
Yeah. I'm not being mean. I appreciate you guys telling me about it. And it might be something that we deep dive. But right now reading the comments is distracting because it's just, I'm getting some people's, for it. Some people are against it. Like, I want to be able to form my own opinion, I guess is how I should have worded that.
Yeah. From Ginger. For example, my son wakes up to his alarm to go to school, but my husband wakes him up before his alarm and says he needs to get up when he says. My husband wants things done when he says. I say as long as it gets done that day.
You need to read choice theory, and so does your husband.
Yeah.
This comes down to if your son has to be at school at 7:45 in the morning and he gets up at 7:30 and he's not making it to school at 7:45, that's a problem. Then you have to step in. But if your son is capable of setting an alarm and he's going to get to school on time and like is doing well in school, leave him the fuck alone.
Yeah, that's exerting control to be in control.
Right. That's exactly what that is. It's a control problem. Like you are being possessive at that point. Ooh, I don't like that. That's a good example of definitely overstepping a boundary.
Yeah.
But that's not a boundary. That's a control problem.
It is.
Does your kid make good grades? Does he have an attendance issue? Does he have a tardiness issue? Like, is there a catalyst that makes your husband feel like the kid needs to get up earlier? Was he somebody that was up at 4:45 every morning as a kid and he believes every kid needs to get up at 4:45 in the morning because of that? Like, those are I'm curious now. I genuinely want to know.
Yeah.
If our son gets to when he gets to high school, if he's actually in school and not being homeschooled and he wants to fucking sleep until 15 minutes before he's got to be there, if he's able to get to school on time and he's not tardy and he's eating breakfast, I don't give a shit if he gets up 15 minutes ahead of time. I brush your teeth in the car on the way to school, bro. I don't give a fuck. You're the one that's going to have bad breath in school. You're going to have to deal with those consequences, not me.
Yeah.
If your teeth rot, you'll be an adult by the time they got to get replaced. Guess who's paying for that? Not me. I don't have to feel that shit. Choice theory. Consequences for your actions. Let that shit play out. Don't step in until you need to. And kids need to learn lessons.
They do. From Kat, husband fell asleep on my lap when I had an AA Zoom. Chose to skip and keep the intimacy moment. Never would have made that choice before your podcast.
What is an AA Zoom?
I'm assuming Alcohol Anonymous.
Oh, Zoom call. That makes sense.
I would do that.
What?
Skip the Zoom call.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'd let you sleep. You don't get a lot of it. And if you felt comfortable enough and like safe enough to fall asleep in my lap, let's go. We're going to run that shit. You're going to wake up to me like kissing your forehead.
Do you think that would put your, well, I guess it's hypothetical. Never mind.
What?
'Cause I was going to ask you if that would put your sobriety at risk. Because that matters. Like, that would matter more to me than my sleep. Because I wouldn't be with somebody who's in active addiction.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't live through that. I've had way too much death. Like, I just couldn't do that. That's all there is to that.
Don't read that.
No? Okay.
Nope.
All right. My husband gets mad when I don't care about stuff I don't know about. And that was a poor choice of words on my part. What I should have said is that it's not that I don't care; it's that I want to form my own opinion. Like when you guys inundate people with information and it's like two opposing arguments, you are skewing other people's ability to learn. Like, because you know, if somebody's making a really good argument, you're like, that sounds really smart. I'm gonna take that argument, and you're gonna ingest that, and that's gonna be your argument. I don't want that. I want a clean slate so I can sit down and read and make a decision for myself. I don't want to be influenced.
That's why juries can't have access to social media.
Right. I do care. It's tragedy that somebody died. Like that sucks. People die. I mean, it's just the way it is. But if it's neglect, that's shitty. But I would rather do my own research than have it.
Yep.
Skewed. Ginger said his grades aren't great, but he's never tardy. He wants my son to be raised how he was raised, but his upbringing was very traumatic. Is he trying to traumatize your son the way that he was traumatized? Because I had a shitty upbringing. I would never do that shit to our kids.
Do you think his grades are not doing so well because of the way he's being treated by your husband?
That's not where I was going with that, but
No.
because I would think that if he's staying up all night playing video games and he's not studying and not paying attention at school, I would do the same shit. I would eliminate screen time after 6 o'clock.
Right.
You're gonna study. Your grades are bad. Like intelligence matters to me. So from 6 to 9 o'clock, you get book time.
Yeah.
And when you get back to A's and B's, then you can fucking have your technology again.
$50 super chat.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. Viva la Lia. Been watching since June, and I have taken so much from this podcast. I am a 26-year-old single woman, and you guys have taught me how to communicate more effectively with my family and made me realize what I want from a marriage.
Love that.
That's what I'm talking about.
So list that shit out. Put it all in a journal. Set all your boundaries and all your wants and do not wants and have that shit ready to go so that when you start dating, you have a checklist. Love that. Ginger said yes, 100% Peaches. All of his electronics are taken at 7 p.m. It doesn't sound like it sounds like he's being a dick. It's really what it sounds like. There's no reason to wake him up. Like kids need longer sleep than we do. So like you interrupting that sleep process could actually hurt his grades. There could be other things that's going on there, but trying to just raise the kid the way that he was raised just because if he's a good man and you married a good man, he's not going to abuse your children. Maybe he sees your kid as a fuck up and he's trying to stop that shit from happening. And maybe that's what's going on. You guys need to have a conversation.
Yeah.
It needs to be an honest conversation. Like he needs to be able to be like, I think your kid is a lazy piece of shit. If that's how he feels, and you need to just hear that so that you can understand why he's trying to correct that.
Right.
My stepdad that married my biological mom is a worker. That man can do anything. He can build houses. He can fly planes. He can fix car engines. I've never heard him say, I can't do something, ever. So I would imagine him looking at me as a kid who had no technical ability at anything. I'm sure there was resentment there. But they didn't fuck with me like that. Like he just kind of didn't have a bond with me because of it. Now, you've met my cousin Joey. Him and my stepdad get along like you would not fucking believe because they have that work ethic and they're both technical like that.
Right.
So like my stepdad could have been a real dick and like woke me up every morning reveille. You know what I mean? And he didn't do that. He just kind of left me alone because we weren't connected. So maybe this is your husband is trying to connect with with his stepson and like actually trying to raise a good man. I don't know. I feel like if my stepdad would have been more hands-on and taught me how to build houses and fix car engines and fly planes, maybe I would have had a different life.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Viva la Lia. I also have a question for Peaches. I suspect that I may be on the spectrum. How did you go about getting a diagnosis, and what advice can you give about getting diagnosed? You can search adult autism diagnosis near me, and specialty places will pop up.
Getting diagnosed as an adult is really fucking hard to do.
Yeah. I went to a psychologist, and the psychologist pointed me into the direction of specialists. So that's what I would recommend.
Sabrina said, I'm just sitting here watching this while laying in bed and scratching Mike's head and neck. I love this life, man.
Oh, I say that every day.
Yeah?
Yeah. Do you not hear me say it when we lay down?
No, I know. You actually do. You tell me that this is your favorite part of the day.
Yeah. Another one from Chelsea. Simple ways to keep a 10-year flame going. Hubs and I have been together 10 years and married for 5. We also have 2 young kids. Do you have a support system?
Date nights.
Date nights.
Date nights and actual conversations. Like,
yes, quality time.
you need to find ways to be engaged with your partner and actually check on them. Like, have conversations about their new interests in life, because interests change. And you can look at the last 10 months. We went from photography to, like, we were both doing photography to, like, I kind of stopped doing photography, and then you got into plants. And I just kind of did the podcast and obsessed over this while, like, you went over a couple hobbies, and now I'm obsessed with dirt bikes, like the e-bikes. And that's where my obsession is currently. And that'll change. Those hobbies and those interests are conversation starters.
Yeah.
We can talk stupid shit now about things that I don't really know anything about, and we get engaged in conversations because you're interested in me. And the requests for connections are there when I'm like, hey, look at this, and you actually give a shit to look at it. Like, that's enough to keep the intimacy going, because we are involved with each other. We're not just passing each other in the house, you know?
I'm always so stoked that you just want me to be a part of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that you're a part of my life. It's the best part of my life.
Just stop it. Keep going.
Y'all need another minute.
From Walter, I have depression and anxiety, and I hate that my wife has to wonder who she is waking up to that day. Kills me inside knowing I do this.
So change it. If that statement is true,
Yeah.
nobody can change that but you. Read choice theory. Depression is a fucking choice. If you lay in bed and feel sorry for yourself and you isolate, those are all decisions that's going to make your depression worse. He actually doesn't even use the word depression. He calls it to depress
Yeah.
or depressive. Yep.
I always tell myself, what a better day to get things done on a day I don't want to do shit.
Yeah. Maybe tomorrow I'll feel good and get a day off.
From the Hidden, would you guys want to do an interview with Eric Hollenbeck from the Blue Ox? They lead a school for children that don't fit in the standard schools.
No idea who that is, but Steve will make notes of it and we'll go from there.
Yep, got it.
Viva la Lia again. That's so fun for me to say. I got it now. I'm not going to get tongue twisted. My heart is racing that you're reading my chats. Thank you for the advice and everything you do. You're welcome. That's crazy to me. It's just me. I was having a panic attack while eating mac and cheese the other day, guys.
Hey, have you guys seen the To Be Better Life TikTok yet? If you want to see like just our life shit that's not podcast content, we're doing it on there.
We are.
So
From Brooke. Hi, guys. I have seen all your episodes. I cannot say thank you enough for all of you done for me in my relationship. I hope to join Discord soon. We hope to see you in Discord soon.
Aaron Holzer, my 8-year-old is being abused by another 8-year-old at school, and the school isn't doing enough to protect her. I'm going to tell you a very extreme situation, and this is a way that you can potentially handle this, and it's probably not going to be the best way.
We're not advocating for
It's
it.
something to think about. A conversation that can be had with the principal of that school is that if I came in here with an aggression and tried to hurt you, would you defend yourself or would you take it? Have that conversation with them and then tell them moving forward, your 8-year-old is going to defend themselves. That was the easiest way that I could have that conversation without like content violations.
I want to get the kids into self-defense classes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to get into a self-defense class.
Yeah.
I want to be lethal. Keanu Reeves who?
Wow. How was the apple pie? The apple pie is almost gone. There's like one piece left. I ate 2 pieces of that for breakfast yesterday. We were getting ready to leave, and I'm like, a little bit of carbs before we go. I'll take a couple bites. And then we got back, and I fucking two pieces back to back.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Holly said, I'm struggling with Discord and connecting it to my Patreon. Do I need to download the app for Discord first or through a browser? I'm not tech savvy. Through a browser. And
On a
Zach,
computer.
you can @ Zach on here. He's the one that will be able to help you with all of that. He's kind of the guy. And if you're having an issue doing that, then you can email us and put Discord issue as the title because they're the ones that answer that. Last Last super chat. We're not reading any more after this because we're getting ready to shut this off for Patreon.
All right, from Tracy. What do you mean? Y'all make me excited when y'all say my name. That's crazy.
Tracy Turner. Tracy Turner. Tyler Durden. Tyler Durden.
I knew it.
Yep.
Nice.
All right, guys, we're done. We're going to take a 10-minute break, and then we're going to go live for Patreon. If you are a member of Patreon or you are a subscriber on the YouTube for the live stream content, you will have access to that. Otherwise, you will not, and we will see you guys on the next one.
Bye, guys.
Boom.